Finished with the first step. Got the black on the tops and the bottom. Now time to tape it up. I'm going to go up 10 inches from the top and 10 inches from the bottom, and then paint everything in the middle white, and then paint over that white with the yellow, the neon yellow. So on to the next step. Okay, I'm back. I just finished painting my barrels, and they turned out pretty good. I put them under black light. It looks pretty good. The black really just fades away. You can't hardly see it, but once I get the toxic waste spilling over, it'll pop it out a little bit more. If I were to do it over again, I would do 2 coats of white underneath, just because the yellow, neon yellow, doesn't cover very well. But it's good enough, and I think I'm going to like it. I'm going to put some stenciling here, toxic waste, on the barrels before I put the great stuff foam on there and make it oozing out. I found my hazardous waste sign that I'm going to stencil onto the side of my barrels. My barrels are already yellow in the middle, and so I'm going to just with the razor blade cut out all the letters here, and I haven't decided if I'll cut the caution out and just have everything black, or if I want to do black around there, but you'll see when it's done which one I chose to do. I kind of like with this black on the outside and have the yellow in there, but it just makes it a little more difficult because I'll have to have little nubs to keep all that in there. But I thought I'd show you my hazardous waste sign that I found online and printed on 4 pieces of paper, and we'll be putting on the side of my barrels. Okay, here I have my stencil all cut out, and I'm going to, where it's cut out, it's going to be black here, and where these black lines, I had to keep those in there so that I could keep the letters in, and I'll just go ahead and paint by hand where those black lines are after I'm done spray painting around the stencil. So we'll go stick it on and spray it and see how it turns out, and I'll let you know. Alright, just finished stenciling my hazardous waste barrels, and this was kind of tough. You can tell this was the first one I did, and you can see a lot of blow through underneath the letters and stuff where I was spraying, and so on these ones, this one and this one, I ended up putting double-sided Scotch tape that's removable on them, and it worked out a little bit better. The edges are crisper in some places, but it still took a long time to get it all cut to work correctly, and I think it turned out pretty good. I still you see a lot of fuzz here along various spots, and I can't get it perfect. My wife said, well, it's probably because the hazardous waste is eating away through there, and so it's distorting it a little bit. So we'll just go with that and call it good. Now on to the next part. Alright, I just wanted to show you some progress or tests I've been making for my oozing hazardous waste. I wanted to test out to make sure I could get this to work and just see how it looked, and so I went and put down some great stuff, and then painted it with some of the neon paint that I had, and I did some of the green and some of the yellow just to see which one I liked the best, and I'm going to put lights underneath. I have some LED lights that I'm going to put underneath it, and I think I'm going to do some red, and I'll show that when I get to that point. But I think it's going to turn out good. I'm going to have it go all the way around the barrel. So this is, like I said, just a test, and this foam isn't stuck on here. Normally if I would have put great stuff foam on this, it would have never come off, and at least not without a lot of work. I wanted it to make it so, or I'm going to make it so that it's going to come off, and I thought about using this painter's drop cloth stuff. It's pretty pretty thin stuff. I put that over the barrel first, and then I put the great stuff over that. I figured that it would stick to that plastic, and I was going to just have to cut the plastic out along these edges here, and so there'd still be plastic on the back side but not on the front where I was going to have the ooze coming out. And come to find out that while it sticks long enough as you're applying it so that it doesn't like all just fall to the ground, well, it sticks long enough on the plastic to put it on and cure, you can actually pull it off fairly easily. So I was happy about that. So I'll just cover the entire barrel. And another quick update on my barrels. I laid down a first quick layer of great stuff foam for the ooze coming out on my barrel, and then around my swaying man. And once this expands a little bit, I'll go over with another layer to cover that all in, and then there'll be lights underneath it. So I just wanted to give you a quick update on that, but you probably will get this as part of a multi-part series of the same video, so it's not like you had to wait very long. Alright, it's me, I'm back again, and just wanted to give you another update. I am almost done. So I got all the hazardous waste painted, and I actually had two different types of greens. I have this green here and this one here, and I like this one better. It's darker. This one looks a little washed out, but I'll see which one's better under black light, and I think I'm going to end up painting this one, getting another can of paint and painting that one again. But pretty much done, other than now I need to get the lights and put the lights under the foam to make it glow, and it's going to be pretty cool. Just thought I'd give you an update, and I'll show you something that's pretty amazing. So I put this foam together in two different spots, and as you can see right here, it almost perfectly matches for the thing. I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to put everything together. You know, I know I was going to put this barrel on the one side of him and the other barrel on the other side, and I had these things a few feet apart when I put them together, and I wasn't really planning to have the foam kind of meld together in the display, but it's like perfect. It's almost like I planned on it to go that way. So I'm gonna put it that way and see how it goes.